Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about errors in Solidity. Our content is require, revert, and assert. So let us see them one by one. So require function is used to check a condition and revert the transaction if the condition is not met. It's commonly used to validate inputs or preconditions for functions. So here we have a require statement. It basically says that message.sender should be equal to owner. If it's not equal to owner, then we'll get a message owner required. Okay, revert. The revert function is similar to require, but it's used to provide more specific error messages or data. It can be used to provide more information about why transaction failed. So here we can have another example. For example, if amount less than 1500, then revert withdrawal failed. So we'll get this message here. You can also use require in the same function. It depends the thing that you want to do. For example, here we basically say that amount should be less than or equal to 1,000, and if it's not satisfying this condition, then we'll get insufficient balance. So it depends on you. You can use them combined as well. Okay, so assert. The assert function is used to check for internal errors or unexpected conditions, and it will always result in the transaction being reverted. Assert is used to check for code that should never be false, so that's important. And failing assertion probably means that there is a bug in your code. Okay, so here how we can use it. We have a local variable c, and it's a uint, and it's a plus b. So we are using this function and the condition that we want to meet here. Okay, then we return the value. So instead of understanding this code, let us switch to our editor and deploy our code together. So here I have code for errors. I have a set function, get function, add function, and divide function. So let us deploy this contract. Okay, and in this contract, in set function, I basically want this x not equal to 0. If it's not equal to 0, then there is no problem. For example, let's say 12. Okay, everything works all right. But what if I say 0? Then there's a problem here, and you can see the error message. So x cannot be 0, which is the message here. Okay, so for add function we have used revert here. So let us make it something like that. Okay. So let us give some, let's say 1 and 2. So in this regard, this condition will be met, so there's not gonna be a problem. So let's call it, it's 3, it's working all right. So if this condition is not met, then we will get this error. Okay, so let us also see divide function. For example, let's say first 12 and 2, and let's get the result of 6. It's working all right. So what if I use a 0 for denominator? So let us, okay, I'm getting an error. So here, let us see the error message. Okay, here transaction has been reverted to the initial state, meaning that we have a bug in our code. The denominator cannot be 0 here. Okay, so let us fix that as well. Okay, it's working all right. So here I have my getter function, and I can get the result of 12. So it's important to understand require, revert, and assert. We'll use them in our projects. So try to stick with the idea and try to understand the theoretical part first. Then you can use them in your code. So that's gonna do it for this video. I will see you in the next one.